guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to show you Underpainting by Phillips. Now this is inspired by the makeup she's been applying on really famous clientele like Kendall Jenner, Hailey Bieber, Kim Kardashian, Jennifer Lopez, Priyanka Chopra. And this technique is actually something that started in the 90s with Kevyn Aucoin and then Scott Barnes. And now it's super blown up all over TikTok and YouTube and Instagram, maybe because of all the famous people she's been putting makeup on. But it's a method in which you put the contour and concealer first before putting the foundation on. How she describes it is putting the bones and then the skin. So that's what I've done. And I think the face does look really nice and glowy and sculpted. So if you guys want to try out this look, please keep watching. So we're going to start with skincare. I've already cleansed and toned. Now Phillips uses moisturizers and serums, and then she goes in with a gua sha. That's what I read. I don't have a gua sha with me, or I actually broke it. I do have my ice roller. So I'm going to first use moisturizer and a serum, and then I'm going to go in with that. So for moisturizer, I'm using the Charlotte Tilbury Magic Cream, like one of the best creams for makeup. I'm just going to go in. I'm usually using this or the Embryolis when I'm putting makeup. Nicely moisturizing. Moisturizing is really important for this particular style of makeup because you need the products to glide on. And even though it doesn't look like you have too much on, there is a lot of makeup on and you need a good base for it. I did my eyebrows off camera very slightly because the look isn't really so much about the eyebrows, and I just thought I'd get it out of the way. Don't forget to moisturize everywhere. Now I'm going to go in with the Glowy Makeup Serum by Laneige, and I'm going to use a little bit more than I normally use because I really do need the products to glide seamlessly on my face. Pretty glowy look, and you need the skin underneath to glow. I'm just putting it everywhere. Take a little bit more and just really get it in there. When you touch your skin, you shouldn't feel like there's any dry patches anywhere. It should feel really moisturized, and maybe even a little bit more than you're used to. Now getting my roller that's been in the fridge, and I'm just going to roll it over. Oh, it's so good. I'm just taking it over my skin. You want really snatched cheekbones, really self-sculpted skin, and that is what we're going for. So it's cooled down my skin and I feel a little bit more sculpted. Now the very interesting thing about this makeup is you go into bare skin directly with your contour. Now because this is a brown girl friendly channel and a brown girl friendly look, I have to color correct, right? Most of the videos you see online, you don't see any color correction because most of them are models with perfect skin and no other discoloration, probably because they worked on it. But I'm going to put a little bit of color corrector before I go in with the contour. So I'm using my Nykaa palette. This is the Nykaa Skingenius Conceal and Correct in medium 02. I'm just going to put a slight amount with my fingers before we get into so just where I need it. Okay, it's a little bit more than I anticipated, but that's fine. I had done a similar video. I think I mentioned this earlier, but I had done a similar video on this makeup look when I did the JLo Glow makeup look, because Phillips is inspired by Scott Barnes and Kevyn Aucoin, so they use this technique a lot. And I think it's because of the clientele that Mary Phillips has, and of course her technique, that has become really popular again. So whatever's left on my finger, I'm going to put on the other finger. Make sure it's about equal and just dab it in this little corner here where I tend to have a little bit more discoloration. Okay, so I have color corrected. Check in the mirror. I'm going to go straight into this look. Now you could use this palette if you have a similar skin tone to me. This color would work well. I, however, am going to be using my Fenty stick. This is the shade Truffle, and it looks like this. And I'm gonna go in. I'm going to use a smaller brush than normal. I'm gonna use this brush, which I usually use for concealing or for color correcting, and I'm gonna use it to build the bones basically. So what she believes is you're putting the bones and then you're putting the skin. So you contour first according to your skull, and then you put in the concealer and foundation. So I'm gonna go in. I'm just gonna start. This is where my bone would be, and it would come down like that. That's what we're doing. Feels so funny putting contour without having any foundation underneath. That is what we're doing. She goes around the forehead. Kind of have to figure out how much to put. Not too much, but not too little that there is really no point. So I'm going right into the eyebrow, which I've seen her do. Right in there, and then under the nose to give the nose a lifted look. The deeper the shadow under the nose, the more lifted the nose looks. Don't be scared of putting product. And then she does something here. So I've put down the bare bones of, and just blend it a little bit. Put a little bit more here. Okay, now going in for concealer, I'm going to be using the NARS Radiant Creamy Concealer because that's what I've read she uses. But you could use the palette as well, or any other concealer that you like. And now she says she highlights. So she highlights with this. This isn't your regular highlighter, which is the glittery one. This is using lighter colors to highlight parts of your face. So going straight in. She goes in quite heavily, so I'm going to do the same on the nose. She also goes under here, which I don't normally do, but we're doing today. Here. Then blending it out. Use a brush like this. I'm just going to look in the mirror and just blend it a little bit more. is definitely looking sculpted. Don't worry, we're gonna blend more. Then she does a very interesting thing where she takes a fluffy brush and then she blends the foundation in. So I'm using my Maybelline Fit Me, and I'm not going to use too much. I'm just using one pump for now. And she takes a brush that you would normally use like blush or bronzer with, and I'm just going to go in. And then she just sweeps on the foundation over everything and blends everything, which to me is unbelievable, because I have never, like going over everything. Wow, that's really interesting actually. So you can kind of see the bronzer and everything, but it's like underneath and it's a little bit more subtle. Wow. How very interesting. So that is the base. This is the Mary Phillips technique, which is inspired by Scott Barnes and Kevyn Aucoin, where you do underpainting. You put your bronzer and concealer under your foundation, which I find very interesting. Now for blush, she uses a nude stick that she created with Sephora, but I want to do something that matches my skin tone but still gives that glowy look. I'm using the Makeup Revolution Blush Bomb, and I'm just gonna go in. She says she puts it where the light hits, so kind of higher, then a little on the nose. And I'm going to use the same brush I used and just blend it up. I think what this does, it leaves a subtle wash of the color. It doesn't overblend it. It's quite interesting actually. And for setting the concealer, she uses a damp beauty blender and powder. So I'm gonna go get my powder. Using my Sugar Set the Tone powder, and just gonna go in, take some of this. Loving the skin right now, and it's quite different from what I normally do, so it's kind of interesting actually. Now for the eyes, I saw a video where she did like a very subtle brown, so I'm just going to do the same. So Ofra eyeliner pencil, and I'm just gonna first tight line, upper waterline, and just model off duty. I'm going to do like a bit of the Maybelline Sky High mascara. You know what's interesting about this look is also you don't really feel like you need to put any highlight or anything. It's kind of interesting. I'm gonna wait for my lashes to dry a little bit. There's a lot of mascara on there. I'm gonna do like a subtle highlight, so a subtle liquid highlight, because that's what it looks like from the videos. So I'm gonna use the Hollywood Glam Glow in Nude Glow. And just take the slightest amount on my finger. Honestly, don't need too much. And for lips, I found this again on YouTube of how she does her lips. So I'm just going to get a brown lip liner. Huda Beauty Lip Contour 2.0 in Rich Brown. You know it. And she starts from the natural lip line here and then overlines towards the center. So I'm going to do that. I'm also going to take a mirror so I don't mess up. Though following the natural lip line, you go to the top and you overline at the top. And the same thing in the bottom lip, natural lip line and then overline at the bottom. Now she tends to blend it with a brush. I'm going to take a lip brush and just blend that out. Once that's blended, she's going to put a nude lipstick. I'm going to be putting the Maybelline Creamy Matte in the shade Midtown Pink. And use that lip brush to blend it. And then top it off with some lip gloss. I'm going to be using the e.l.f. Lip Plumping Gloss in the shade Champagne Glam. How pretty is that? So I'm gonna finish up getting ready and come right back. So I'm back. I'm done with the makeup. What do you guys think? Would you recreate this look? So this is my version of the Mary Phillips, Kevyn Aucoin, Scott Barnes look, and I think it's more casual for day going out look. I mean, the lips are quite glossy, but I think it's really pretty. If you want a more glam version of this look, a couple of years ago I did JLo's Glam, so you can check that out. But otherwise, I think the makeup has come out really nicely. It is very subtle and sculpted. So if you guys want to recreate this look, please tag me and let me know what you guys think in the comments below. And bye. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe.